Hi, welcome to Physics 101, the Principles of Physics. My name is Michael Jacobs. I'll be your instructor this term for this class. Let's just lay out a few basic elements here for us to know so we can just level set the expectations of the course. We'll talk about the textbook, we'll talk about WebAssign and doing the homework, and we'll talk about the other types of weekly assignments that you're going to be doing this term. First of all, the textbook. The textbook for this course is called OpenStax College Physics. OpenStax is an open resource available to anybody on the web. There is a version of the book in the bookstore. This is simply a printed version of what you can get at openstax.org. You can also access this text from within WebAssign simply by clicking on the ebook link. I'll talk to you more about that here in a second. OpenStax also has an app version that you can see on your phone. It is a free resource, although the printed version you'll have to pay about $17 for. This was done to try to keep the course as inexpensive as possible. There are other resources you can use for this course. You'll find it in the links attached below. A large number of additional places, Khan Academy, a few other things where you can find more information about basic physics. Physics as a science has pretty much been the same for the last several hundred years in terms of mechanics and basic motion. So really any resource you find you can and are welcome to use, but OpenStax College Physics is the official physics book for this course. I mentioned WebAssign. WebAssign is the resource that we'll be using for our, we'll call it the numerical part of the homework for this course. Each week you will have an assignment, well for the first 6 weeks, you'll have an assignment on WebAssign where you'll be doing actual numerical problems, applying the lessons that we've learned in the, shall we say, the qualitative portion of the course to numeric examples. Each week you'll have about 15 to 20 problems that you'll do within WebAssign. They're due at the usual time, 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. Please try to get this done as soon in the week as you possibly can. In case you run into difficulty, there is a button at the top of the page, Ask Your Instructor. You click on that, it'll send a link to me showing me the problem that you're actually looking at, as well as detailed information about where you are, what you've done previously, and then I can respond to you directly right there within WebAssign. It's easier to do that for me, it's easier to do that for you. And again, I encourage you to work on the WebAssign stuff as early in the week as you possibly can. What else are we doing in this course? Because this is an online course in Blackboard as usual, there are discussion boards. Not every week, most weeks you'll have a discussion board that you have to do. It's a requirement of the course that you have to have one posting into the discussion board by Thursday evening at 8 p.m. So please take some time in the early part of the week as you begin each unit, read through, put up your initial post, and then you need to respond to at least 2 of your fellow students' responses by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. That's a requirement. The topics are listed specifically in each module for what we're going to be talking about. So make sure you take that, look through it, give it some thought, post your initial posting, and then come back and give feedback to your fellow students. We really want to have some kind of an actual discussion here as opposed to just simply you writing a small essay every week. Thirdly, the other major component of this course is going to be actually a course-long final project that we're going to be doing in AlgoDo. So this final project is all going to be about you creating your own Rube Goldberg machine within this software called AlgoDo. So what is this? What is a Rube Goldberg machine? Well, you'll see some examples of that in the first module, but this is a way in which you can create a series of events cascading along where you set something in motion and things continue to move until the very end, usually with humorous things going on. There's a number of YouTube videos that you'll see down below that you can look at and examine, and in fact, part of the first week's assignment is actually to look at one of those modules and figure out what's going on and give me your impressions as well as your fellow students as part of the discussion board post. The final project in AlgoDo, the reason why we're doing this is because the whole focus of the course is about motion, understanding how and why it occurs, and by the end of the course, you should be able to evaluate what's going on in a Rube Goldberg machine based on your knowledge of physics. So you set up an initial condition, something begins to move, you know its mass, you know how fast it's moving, and you can use the concepts that you learn in the course to figure out where it should go next and in fact the whole cascading process, you should be able to understand both conceptually and mathematically by the end of the course. That's it. We have WebAssign, discussion board, this final project. That's the course in a nutshell. Take a step back, continue on, look at the module 1 below, and welcome to the course, and I hope you have a good time.